Hello and welcome back to Inquisitor Martyr. Last time we brought the Alpha Pariah along to test her abilities and encountered everybody's favorite space marine, the primogenitor himself, Fabius Bile, or Fabulous Bill if you're so inclined. And it turns out that it was the Ordo Hereticus? No, it was one of the Ordos. They're all the same. One of them used myself and the Alpha Pariah as bait to trip the trap of Fabius Bile, to then spring his own trap to trap Fabius Bile, but he escaped, so it was worthless. But we did get to see him, and that was pretty neat. And now we have to talk to Captain Van Winter.
Inquisitor, we have a breach on the lower levels. We are under attack by a Dark Eldar raiding party.
The Drukhari? Cowardly marauders attacking an inquisitorial ship?
It is strange indeed, but right now my main concern is that my ship is crawling with sadistic Xenos pirates.
Calm down. I will show them the error of their ways.
The Tech Priest has stationed a host of combat servitors on the decks. The Automator will slow them down, but only temporarily.
I'm on my way. I will take Thorn with me.
I'm beginning to appreciate the persistence of these Dark Eldar. They give me ample opportunity to strike fear into their rotten hearts.
The Drukhari breached Section Theta 7, so they will have to cut through here on their way to the vault.
Well, they can try. There is a maintenance hole ahead. We can take up defensive positions there.
I really appreciate having them call it Dark Eldar and the Eldar instead of the Eldari and Dark Eldari. It sounds so stupid. Maybe it's because I'm used to Eldar that seeing it different just bugs me, but it's always felt like a very unnecessary name change.
We're in position. Your usual subtle tactics will suffice, Sergeant, I suppose.
We really shouldn't overcomplicate these matters. I will heap the corpses high as a tribute to the Emperor.
Looks like your wish will be granted. We should expect several waves of hostiles. I wonder what this machine does.
Why did you have to pick that guy? I didn't want to headshot him. And we got probably a Archon? Homunculus. I was wrong. Man, I really wish we had a new Dawn of War with the Dark Eldar. Dawn of War 2 didn't do him justice. The homunculi are just terrible in that game. Their biggest bit of use.
Of foul Xenos, but I haven't encountered such twisted creatures before.
Those were the homunculi. I wasn't expecting to see the Drukhari marshal their most terrible abominations against us. These are insane flesh sculptors and depraved torturers, beasts most foul.
But their biggest claim to fame in Dawn of War 1 was being able to shoot a needle that would cause... What did it do? It just made a dude explode and disrupt a squad and deal a good amount of suppression. So they'd end up with morale damage. That was their whole shtick. Absolute disappointment.
They're here! Kill Kill every last one of the filthy vermin that breaks through the doors.
Wait, oh, call Astartes. I thought it was call airstrike. And I was sitting there thinking, wait, how do you call an airstrike inside of a ship? I get it, some of these ships are big enough you could, in theory, probably fly a ship around inside, but I don't think that's a common practice.
Know the Xenos. Kill the Xenos.
I had time to shape you into a more suitable form.
You still need to prove yourself to your master with gifts.
Khazar is the most dreadful marauder in these systems, but he is not my master. He is a generous patron.
Logan.
Oh, this is a name guy. That explains his durability. Let's try that sniper trick again.
Aiming.
Wish I could get some cooldown reduction on my AoE shot. I think that's right now my biggest bottleneck. Hey, where'd my Space Marine go? Did he
We
die?
are done with the rebel. But where is the leader? I want to tear that cowardly worm apart.
The dreadful marauder didn't want to get his hands dirty.
Ah, what else would you expect from a Drukhari?
Inquisitor, bioscans are complete. The remaining Xenos invaders have been located.
Very well. They deserve a proper lesson for their arrogance.
I don't know, I'm tempted to turn the difficulty up, but I am getting beat by certain enemies already, so I don't want to just make it more difficult just for a little bit better loot.
Loading.
It's kind of why some of this stuff has improved loot chance anyways, or loot quality. I don't know, something I'll have to spend time thinking about.
Dark Eldar. Embrace greatness.
Man, can you imagine a 40K MMO?
Target acquired.
I had mentioned it before, but like something along the lines of Destiny, where you've got kind of that looter-shooter aspect. In terms of DLC, like, oh, what raids and stuff, but you could literally pick anything. Bosses, once again, anything. You could have a vehicle one where you fight like a Plague Reaper or a Brass Scorpion. You could have fights against everybody. Eldar, Dark Eldar, Chaos, Orcs, Tau, other Empire. You know, Chaos Demons, there's so much you could pick from.
Duty is to eradicate these Drukhari torturers from this sector.
Your sacred duty is to obey my commands, but I appreciate your passion.
God, there's so many. Doing this with the Tech Priest was so much easier, because I just ran around with like 5 robots slapping everyone. I get the feeling none of this gear, I think I already said it, but this gear's just not going to be worthwhile. I'm tempted to burn a bunch of my glory and buy one of the packs, but if I'm going to spend the 500, I want to be max level so I get stuff that is as good as it can be. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just kind of wasting glory. And of course I can earn it back, I just have to sit down and play off screen and I can grind through it. Oh, that's a, Chronos, that's the word I was looking for. I was about to call it Talos, I'm glad I didn't. I would have mistakenly misnamed it. Hey, you should not attack me and instead look at my shadow clones. They're far more interesting. Seriously, attack something other than me, dude. It's getting real tiring. I will say, the AI is kinda whack. Just flat out ignoring all my clones is just like, nope, this is the person. Well, it was nice having those extra healing syringes for the 30-40 seconds that I had them. I love how these Cabal-Light marksmen, the second their shield drops, they just melt. Classic Eldar.
Should have avoided this ship. Now, they will learn their lesson.
You know what was an interesting specialist game Games Workshop made, but never really supported? Dreadfleet. Especially considering before Dreadfleet there was Manowar, and Manowar had some good support for it. I don't see why they wouldn't have tried to just continue supporting Dreadfleet as just a successor to it. Granted, if in a world where I controlled Games Workshop, I would bring back Dreadfleet, but I would make those ships massive. Because they are. The Dwarven one had an airfield in it, one of them has a mountain with a castle on it, and I feel like those should be huge ships while normal-sized vessels would be the more commonplace things. And especially considering Manowar started to get like air vehicles, so you'd have these dwarven dirigibles. and stuff. I think it's interesting.
Look at these sadistic wretches. They are a blight upon this galaxy. A diminishing blight.
Hey, Incubus, you wanna, like, turn around and fight my Space Marine for 2 seconds? Man, that's really disappointing when I can't one-shot with my headshot trick yet. I'll be able to do more damage if I put some points into the Puritan tree, because I should soon be able to get... What is it? There's a buff I can get that gives me, I think, 5% damage resistance, and then one that gives me extra damage against every enemy. And then there's one that just goes, hey, if you kill a demon, you get 20% of your health and suppression back every second for 5 seconds. So you just flat out heal to full. I was reading that and was just shocked. Because you look at the radical tree, it's terrible in comparison. They have stuff that goes, oh, you on hit, any incoming damage for, I think, like a second gets turned into warp damage, and you can get some warp resistance, so it's kind of, in a roundabout way, damage reduction. But there's no fancy healing tricks. And I'm thinking, dude, I don't need damage mitigation, I need healing. Especially when it's just jacked like that. Of course I'm gonna take it. Unless radicals get something absolutely wild. Like, the demon forged weapons are 5 times more powerful than the... whatever we get. Angel forged, blessed forged, holy, I don't know. But unless it's just absolutely bonkers, it's not worth it. It feels like a hefty downgrade compared to a bunch of stuff that just goes, yeah, you're gonna get way more damage, way more health, and you're gonna heal. You know, it's hard to sell me on lesser stuff. Well, I'll be. He ate that times 8 damage pretty well.
Prepare for the judgment. Tell me, was it worth it?
Your small-mindedness is astonishing, wretched creature. But what do you know about finding true purpose in your miserable short?
How did they know about the Alpha Pariah?
It is indeed a most pressing question. We cannot leave her unguarded. The Drukhari have proven that they are the masters of ambush, and they can strike with their cloaked vessels from the webway. From now on, you are a constant guard duty sergeant.
Understood, Inquisitor. Although I still believe you could benefit more from my presence on the field of battle. No pity, Inquisitor. The Xenos taint must be purified from this ship.
That's all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.